morning and welcome to a Silhouette Awards sponsor video. I'm Charlotte Hendy and I'm part of the Silhouette Awards team. Today I'm delighted to be speaking with one of our sponsors, FORMALIGHTIng, and I'm really pleased to introduce Sharon. Good morning and good evening where you are.
Hi, thank you. Yes, it's in Hong Kong this evening, but good morning to you.
Amazing. So Sharon, tell us, why did FORMALIGHTIng decide to support the Silhouette Awards?
So FORMALIGHTIng came on board quite early on. We were presented with the concept and we didn't have much information about it, like who the mentors were going to be. But our team really liked the concept and appreciated and recognized the fact that there were, these professional, experienced, working lighting designers who were willing to give their time this way and who were willing to make this contribution to the lighting design community. And I think, ultimately, we see ourselves as part of an ecosystem. And so anything like this that has a positive effect would be enjoyed by everyone, really. So it really felt like we had to support the Silhouette Awards. And the other reason is because we deeply respect the two young powerhouses behind the Silhouette Awards. So you have Eve from Parrot PR and Marketing and Katia from Archifos. We've worked with them before and we work with them now sometimes. And I feel like with FORMALIGHTIng, we've enjoyed working with them, the whole team has, and we feel confident that they would definitely deliver what these awards were designed to have the impact for. So yeah, I think that's really why we wanted to support.
Amazing. So tell us why you think mentorship can help nurture the amazing young design talent of our community.
So I feel like if you are part or considered amazing young design talent, whether you're mentored or not, you're probably going to be okay. You're going to do very well. But mentoring would sort of be something that would nurture them in the sense that it would help to develop skills that maybe you wouldn't necessarily have. So it's all sorts of things. But I recently read an article in Forbes, and they had talked about how research found that empathy is the most important leadership skill. And it said something about how offering to help someone to achieve success, it's a form of empathy in action. And that also sounded to me like the definition of it, of mentoring. It's this offer of help and support. And, so whether the mentors know it or not, they are kind of practicing a form of empathy, and empathy fosters empathy. So if this is our future, these young design talents are the next generation and they're the future of the lighting design profession, then we could expect more sort of positive organizational cultures and behaviors in the future, from things like improved inclusivity to more cooperation with each other, which leads to innovation. So it's kind of got that kind of effect. I think the other thing is that when you're young, one of the things that you can be as talented as can be, but one of the main things is experience, is getting experience. And you're young, it's hard to get experience. You can't get it fast enough, basically. So I feel like mentorship is another way to get that experience, that's someone else's experience.
Yeah.
So kind of enjoy the benefit of their hindsight, right, and their words of wisdom. And then again, mentorship creates trust. So that's a form of nurturing, and it kind of empowers. Once you've got that trust, you empower because you give someone who maybe would have been less confident or unwilling to have that voice, you give them that platform to share freely and in a sort of safe environment. So I think those are the ways in which sort of mentoring can help nurture. But also, when I think about mentoring from FORMALIGHTIng's perspective, from my experience here, we kind of associate mentoring with continuity. So there's, of course, this is a family business. It's been around more than 50 years though, and I'm part of the next generation, the future generation of FORMALIGHTIng's management. And so it's I've had a great mentor also. I had my father mentoring me. I don't think you can get better than a parent mentoring. But I've also had lots of mentors within my team at different times. And I think also it's you know, what I really enjoy about working here also is the fact that our team members, we've got a nice mix between sort of more professional, experienced, skilled members, and then you've got sort of the younger newbies who are inexperienced, and it's nice to put them together and see those opportunities that are created. So that's what another form of mentoring that can nurture. You create opportunities for, you know, another sort of a more inexperienced person to then rise to that challenge and thrive on it as well when they see, you know, that they've done well. So I think that's, yeah, that's how I believe mentoring is key in nurturing.
Amazing. And finally, Sharon, tell us some words of wisdom. So what advice would you give to your younger self starting out in the industry today?
Yeah, the younger self, I really don't like that question. But I don't know, I think my younger self, for example, would be someone who would be one of the candidates who applied for the Silhouette Awards and then didn't succeed and wasn't selected. And I think, knowing my younger self, I know also how I would have reacted. And I think my words of wisdom would be, you know, okay, you're going to reapply next year. Set yourself some goals between, you know, this next year, between now and next year, and identify maybe 2 or 3 things. Don't overwhelm yourself. Identify 2 or 3 things that you're going to work on, that you're going to achieve, so that you can feel like you've progressed, and you can also show in your application how, you know, this time around the mentorship would be more beneficial because you've done what you've done and you've worked on these things. And, you know, I think ultimately we all have to keep working on ourselves, but if you can put it in a context so that you can measure it against yourself and not anybody else, and just say what you want to do to yourself in those 12 months between reapplying, I think that would be one of the things I would say. The other thing is that, you know, I would tell myself that there's other ways for things. You know, mentoring is important. It would be nice to have it, but there are other ways, right? I mean, we would tell ourselves this anyway. But the truth is that my younger self didn't have what today's generation has in terms of these digital resources that exist. I mean, there's so many of them now as well because of the pandemic. You can find so much online, all these forums to participate in. You can engage, you can volunteer. There's so much, and the more you put yourself out there and network and get involved with the design community that you're in, you know, the more likely it is that people will recognize you and they will remember your name. And I think that's, yeah.
Amazing, so true, so true. Thank you so much, Sharon, for your time, and thank you for supporting the awards, and thank you to the rest of the Formula Lighting team. Yeah, it's a real pleasure to speak to you today.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.